So what's going on, guys? It's been about 2 weeks or so since the last update. As you guys may or may not know, I live down in Florida, specifically in the Tampa Bay area. So there's been a lot of stuff going on as far as Hurricane Irma and everything else dealing with that. So after we made sure everything was okay with that, now we're pretty much back to normal, and I can get back to pretty much updating you guys on my Tiege Hanley experience and whether or not I think it's a good product for myself personally and any of you guys if you feel like using it. So let's get right into it. So far when it comes to the products, right now I'm putting on the wash, and I'm definitely seeing a good difference when actually using the wash. There's been a few days where I didn't use the system, and I could definitely tell in those days when I didn't use it as opposed to the days when I did use it. So as far as that alone, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. So here goes. One thing, I don't think I'm using enough of the wash or enough of the product when I'm washing, because it doesn't lather up like it used to. It used to lather up pretty good, but now may lather for a couple seconds and then it'll just stick to my face or kind of sink in, I guess, and that's the soap or whatever that's getting into the pores. But then I just wash it right out and it comes right out. Now the scrub product is something that I'm definitely still getting used to. It's still feeling pretty abrasive to my face. It's still something that, even though I've used it maybe 5 or 6 times at this point, because you're only supposed to use it twice a week, it's still something that I'm getting used to. It's still something that whenever I put it on, it feels like my whole face starts tingling, my whole face starts tightening up. I can feel and smell all the eucalyptus and all the other things that are inside of it getting inside of my face, and it's still very abrasive, I would say, but not necessarily in a bad way. So, even after washing off the scrub, it still seems that my face is very cool. I can feel all the products that are inside of the scrub product inside of my face and just working, really. So that's definitely something that's good. I'll actually kind of look forward to using the scrub product, because that's when I actually feel like my face is the cleanest, by using that product, if that makes sense. So next on the list is using the super serum. Don't necessarily notice anything new about this. One thing I do notice, if anything, my face just seems a little bit tighter, a little moisturized after using it. I don't feel anything necessarily different, but from the research that I've done and just looking up the product itself, the super serum really doesn't do too much as far as now. It's more so a longevity product. So while I'm waiting for the super serum to dry on, because I do notice a big difference when I don't let it dry and I move straight onto the eyes product, so I give it a couple seconds to let it dry. I will say that I did have Tiege Hanley reach out to me. I guess they saw one of my videos, and they actually saw the last video that I posted where I mentioned that it had caused a couple pimples to my face using the new product, and they reached out, they spoke to their chemist, and the chemist has said that, yeah, that is something that may happen. It happens every now and then when you're using a new product, or if you go from not using a product to using a product. They said it should go away in a couple days. They reached out to me actually yesterday, I'll say. Yeah, it was yesterday. And the video that I posted was about 10 days ago as of today, and the pimples had gone away by, I think, a day or two after I posted that video, and I haven't felt or noticed anything else after that. Matter of fact, after I finish putting on the products, I'm going to be, I'm going to show you guys my face as compared and do a side by side with how my face used to look before I put on the product from day one of using the product, since it's probably about 21 days into using the product now. So I'll show you guys a comparison 3 weeks in, see if you guys notice a difference. So putting on the eye product, I've gotten used to it. I still remember the first time I was putting it on, and I wasn't actually scared of putting it on, but I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never used a product like this before, and now it's almost second nature to put it on. It's on in a few seconds, and it dries up pretty quickly. I've noticed that I do feel like the wrinkles and kind of the laugh lines and the bags under my eyes and the puffiness there, it has seemed to have gone down a good bit from when I first started using the product. But once again, it will be up to you guys if you actually notice a difference. I know I have, but hey, you may not. And last but not least is putting on the moisturizer. It is in the morning, so I'm putting on the AM moisturizer. I do definitely notice a difference between the AM moisturizer and the PM moisturizer. And I do just notice a difference throughout the day if I put on the AM moisturizer, and if not, and I definitely notice a difference when going to sleep if I put on a PM moisturizer or not. And one of the funny things about it, it may be one of the products that's inside of it, but the PM moisturizer, it actually feels like it helps me get to sleep. I'm not sure if that's something that's inside of it or not, or if it's supposed to do that, but just the smell of it and the way it makes my face feel, it makes my eyes get a little heavy in the eyes and all that, but it definitely helps me sleep. So that's actually one of the side effects that I've seen from it. It may be one of the good ones, maybe a bad one, I'm not sure. That's just something that I've noticed. So now that I've applied the product onto my face, I'm gonna have a side-by-side picture of what my face looked like the day one before I started using the product compared to now after it's been a few weeks of me using the product. So as you can see, I do remember when I was first starting out, it was either on this side, my left side, or it was on the right side, one or two. There was a good bit of acne that was on my face. Now, of course, I'm not saying that this product is going to be curing acne or anything like that, but I did notice that there was a little bit of bumps on my face. It may have just been blackheads. It may have been hair bumps. Who knows what it is? All I know is right now, my skin is much smoother on my face now compared to what it was when I first started using the product. Now, I will say that there are some that are on my forehead still. A few, not sure if they can be seen or not. See if I can focus in. Yeah, there are a few that are there, but there's not much there compared to what used to be. So in my opinion, it's working pretty well. I'll let the video and what you're seeing for yourself be the evidence that you may need to make a decision on whether or not it actually is working or not. Let me know what you think down in the comments if you are noticing anything, and I'll see you guys in the next update.